Welcome back to Tales of Unusual, stories for those who believe that death is not the end, and that every ending might just be a cruel beginning. Tonight's story is about reincarnation, but not the comforting kind you hope for. This is about a cycle that changes you each time until what comes back isn't you at all. So settle in and listen carefully. This is Evolved Reincarnation. Elliot was just another man with an ordinary fear of dying. He worked a desk job, watered his plants, read books about past lives to calm himself when the panic crept in at night. He wanted to believe in karma, that we get another chance, that we get better. His grandmother once told him he'd been many things: a soldier, a poet, a thief. Each time she said, his soul grew stronger, wiser. But Elliot wondered, what if reincarnation didn't make us better? What if it made us something else? One winter morning, Elliot never woke up. An undiagnosed aneurysm, they said. Quiet, quick. But Elliot's story didn't end in that cold apartment. His eyes opened again in another life, a newborn crying under bright hospital lights. He knew his name wasn't Elliot anymore, but inside, something still remembered. As he grew, the memories came back in flashes. Street corners he'd never seen, songs he shouldn't know the words to. By 10, he drew diagrams no child could understand. Spirals, symbols, pieces of old languages. At night, he whispered to himself, next time will be different. He died again at 24. An accident this time, a car sliding on black ice. Again, he woke in a new body, crying out with lungs that weren't his, and the cycle went on. Each life, the memories piled up faster. He remembered everything, every name, every death, every mistake. But something else grew too. With each new form, his mind changed, sharper but less human. In his 5th life, he could hear people's thoughts in broken pieces. In his 7th, he could bend small objects with his mind when he dreamed. His soul wasn't just reborn, it was mutating. Elliot, or whatever he was now, stopped fearing death. He started to wonder, where does this go? He found others like him, reincarnated minds behind calm faces. They recognized each other by the look in their eyes, the questions they didn't dare ask aloud. They whispered of the thread, the invisible chain that linked them. Some believed they were evolving for a purpose, that in the final life they'd become something more. Others believed it was a curse, that they were drifting further from being human each time. Elliot didn't know which to hope for. In his 10th life, Elliot, now called Mara, found he could see glimpses of the next life before dying. He saw the people he would become, the faces they would wear. He could steer them, shape them before birth. He could plant memories like seeds. He gathered the others, old souls wearing young bodies, and they planned, what if we could remember it all? What if we never forgot anything again? They experimented. Secret rituals, coded mantras, patterns burned into their brains. When Mara died again, he didn't cry as a newborn. He opened his eyes and spoke a word he shouldn't have known yet. Now they call themselves the Continuum. They no longer live normal lives. No schools, no jobs, no families that last. They drift through bodies like changing clothes, gathering knowledge, growing more alien each time. Some say they can live for decades without aging. Some say they can step outside their bodies altogether. They don't fear death anymore. They fear only one thing: what comes after the cycle ends. Because when your soul has evolved so far that it no longer needs a body, where does it go? and what does it want? If you ever dream of other lives, if you ever wake with names that aren't yours on your tongue, maybe you re-part of the continuum too. Maybe the next time you blink, you'll remember everything you were and everything you're becoming. So sleep well tonight. And if this is your last life, make it count before you evolve into something that can't sleep, can't die, and can't ever stop remembering. Thank you for watching Tales of Unusual. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories that live again every time you press play. Until next time, dream wisely.